How we got to Faith Assembly, where do I start? My parents had been part of the church prior to me coming. They've always, invited me and always wanted me to be a part of what was happening here. And I wanted nothing to do with it. I was very resistant to God, and just kind of came up with my own personal belief, which was not believing in God.
I kept saying to him, we should go to church. No, he would get angry mad if I suggested we should go to church. He'd say, I'll take you and I will drop you off and I'll come pick you up.
Yeah, we were not believers when we first came.
We know people that grew up in church and they're good people, and we want our kids to be good people, so we'll take them to church for the moral aspect.
It was the Easter Sunday that we came to church, and
Pastor Bo was preaching.
Pastor Bo, yeah. All I know is that things started making sense. He was talking about how Christ was no longer in the tomb, and he was using all these people that people idolized, how they were still in the grave, but Jesus Christ was no longer in the grave, that he was not dead but alive and resurrected. And it wasn't until we went to the car after getting our kids, and before I moved this car, I said, today I give my life to Jesus Christ, and I need you to know that. And she said, I did too, and we just had a moment. And I said, Ashley, are we gonna do this? Are we gonna put our toes in and pull them out, or are we gonna jump in, both feet in? And we both agreed that we were all in. There was a lot of tension because I had a drug addiction and alcoholism that I wasn't ready to separate from yet. And I think that was the day that the wall started getting cracks in it, and I know months later God freed me from my addiction.
So when David was born, he was very sick, and we didn't know that he was sick. When he was born, he was actually born dead, and the doctor just had this look of complete shock. That was my oh God moment. So he had fluid under his skin, in his abdomen, and in his lungs. So he was born prematurely at 33 weeks. So they put tubes through his chest to drain all the fluid. And so he went from 7 pounds 9 ounces to 4 pounds 11 ounces.
That was a big trusting God moment. Going through the process, seeing your child with this rare condition, birth dead. The only place I know for me when I threw my hands in the air after I got pushed out of the way, and I said, God, it's in your hands. Then all of a sudden, when you cry out to the Lord, he does a miracle. And the miracle happened when they resuscitated him. And they said, we got a heartbeat. That was a moment we had to trust God. We had no other option. Building up to that point, if we hadn't gone through the things that we had to build us up, I don't know if I would have even turned to God at that point, I'm excited to see God grow this church and the new people that's going to come in. That was one of the things I got initially first, the first year or two we were here, how people invested into the original building and the stories I heard about how people invested into that building and how God blessed them through that. It got me excited, and I thought, wow, I wonder when there's going to be a time for us, if there's going to be a time for us to be the new generation that does that. I guess I've been on the bench waiting for something like this to happen. So just sitting there, just call me in, coach, come on, Hopefully our kids have that heart too, when they're our age to go. And if they're going to this church, they say, Yeah, when's it gonna be our turn?